Yes, sir. I said, yes, sir. What's the deal, everybody? And welcome to episode 21 of the Leisure Time Podcast with your boy, AndMuch. You already know the deal. This episode is powered by Jersey House, Canada. Go to the Jerseyhouse.ca for your exclusive jerseys needs, baby. We got a special episode for y'all today. We got my little bro, WSU legend and current New York Jets linebacker, Frankie Luvu, joining the show, talking his journey from American Samoa to the New York Jets, baby. You do not want to miss this. And as always, for easy podcast access and exclusive merch, go to the LeisureTimePodcast.com. That's the LeisureTimePodcast.com. That's enough talking. The Luvu interview, y'all. Let's get it. Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby.
Frankie, what's the deal, baby? What's the deal? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Living. Good life.
As you should, bro. How your family doing during these crazy times? I seen that you was just with them not too long ago. How your family doing during these crazy times, bro?
Man, they're doing good. They're in Seattle right now. You know, the borders are closed back home in Samoa. So they're just pretty much waiting until the borders open back up to go back. But yeah, they good, man. They blessed.
Amen to that, brother. So, speaking of COVID, bro, this year in the NFL was very unique, bro. You know what I'm saying? With no OTAs, you had no mini camps, you know, and even a lot of states, including New York, was one of them states had a lot of stuff closed down for like that whole off-season period. So, how difficult was it to prepare for this past NFL season, and how was it going to work every day having to do those protocol COVID tests and things like that with the Jets?
Bro, to be honest, bro, I kind of like found it like good for me. The whole COVID situation, you know, kind of got my body right, you know, that extra month or two. But my preparation and everything like that didn't change at all. You know, with the whole virtual going on, you know, it was kind of hard sitting behind the camera and trying to learn like that because I'm a hands-on guy and trying to like, you know, move the cans here and there. You know how it is, man. But it wasn't that rough, you know. But you know, with the same coaching staff. But going into training camp, I felt good, man. I felt at my best, you know, weight-wise, moving, you know, just felt twitchy, you know. So yeah, overall, this past whole COVID from this past season, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I could say it kind of helped me a lot, you know, trying to take a step back and really like not look at like football, but just look at life. How you know, just think about it, bro. Like 16 seasons, man, it could take a toll on your body, you know. But you know, those extra months and before you go back to camp, man, it was a blessing, man. Just trying to get myself back together.
Hey, man, bro, and you know what? A lot of players, you know, thrive on that can movement. Like, y'all know what you mean by the cans. You have the trash cans out there, you got wide trash cans, and you can kind of walk through those patterns in the off season and kind of like pick up on the system a lot quicker. When none of them OTAs, everything virtual, I can only imagine, bro, how difficult that could be. But thank God, like you said, you had the same coaching staff and not too much turnover, right?
Yeah.
So, Frankie, how is it training with my dog Peanut? Because I seen that you and Peanut been in Arizona a lot, man. Y'all been hanging out, man, training, driving fast cars and stuff. So how's that relationship between you and him? I know that last year he got hurt, but towards later in the season, y'all started balling out together. So how's that relationship?
Man, it's been dope, man. Peanut, my guy. You know, when he first came to the Jets, you know, I already knew he was a dog, and just hearing from different people like, hey, you gonna link up good with Peanut. You know, and when you first get in the building, that first virtual meeting, man, you know, introduce ourselves. And I know he was from Inglewood, and I know, like, you know, I had a couple boys, like my dog AndMuch and all, you know, Zaire, all from Inglewood, you know. So, man, we just connected, man. And, you know, man, season didn't go well for him last year, man. You know how it is, injuries. But that's my dog, man. In off season, we go grab something to eat. But now we're training in Arizona right now in Tempe.
And how's that Arizona weather treating you so far?
It ain't that bad right now. It's still kind of chilly at nighttime, bro. It's windy, but yeah, it's not. They said wait till May, no June. It's gonna get up in you know, 110s and all that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little bit better than the New York weather right about
Man,
now.
you see what happened in Jersey right now? It's snowing. I ain't trying to get it.
Man,
And Seattle.
I just seen in Texas, man, like people losing power, like their houses is like ceilings dropping down and stuff like that. So, man, you know, just praying for those folks that's dealing with that bad weather, man. But thank God that you in AZ and, you know, you get into it, bro. So, Frankie, man, I'm going to take it back to the island of American Samoa, bro. How was it growing up in Samoa? And was football always like the most popular sport in American Samoa?
Man, growing up in Samoa, you know, you got to work. You know, you got to work, and that's the only, you know, that's how we operate as Polynesians. You know, it no matter what circumstance, it no matter what adversity you go through, you work. And the sport that was popular, it was mainly like, you know, rugby. You know, it was just villages going against each other, man, and. You know, our community is pretty small, man. But when you know, combine different villages and they come head up, man, like you can, it's exciting to watch. But yeah, man, in football, you know, it was a natural game for us, you know. Because soccer was too big for me, I couldn't play soccer, you know. But I got the footwork from soccer, you know. I went over to football, you know. Everything just fell in the right place, man. But football, man, it made a lot of opportunities for kids from the island to get off the rock and, you know, showcase what they got, man. Because, you know, man, we got talent too back on the island, man.
Man, so much talent, bro. And
you might look small on the map, man, but man, if you fly there and really go look and research and find out what we have on the islands, man, we got a lot of talent back on American Samoa.
And honestly, bro, I'm so happy you brought that up because, like, dude, we needed our Samoan players, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it, no 5-star, 4-star, you know, American, like as far as like, you know, Black American, white American, was going to come to Pullman, Washington to play defensive line. Most of those top guys are going to go get those, you know, USC or like Cal or like LSU, Bama, something like that. So I just saluted Coach Joe so much for going back home, getting Destiny, the Tagos, the Daniel Ekuwalis, players like those to come play at Pullman, because without y'all, bro, we would have been so light in the trenches. And if you know, we don't want to throw no shots at nobody, but if you kind of see WSU now, we're missing that Pago connection. You know what I'm saying? So,
it was just a blessing, man. Shout out to Coach Joe, man. You know, just putting on for the kids, man. You know, if it wasn't for him, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't know where I would be at today. And I could say that for the most of the Polynesians, that class that came up with D and everybody else. So shout out to Coach Joe for that.
Man, shout out Robert Barber, all my boys, all the boys, man. So when did you in particular fall in love with the game, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you always play your whole life, or when you got to high school, you was like, oh man, I'm pretty good at this sport? Like, you know, when did you fall in love with the game?
Man, I'll say when they first started the Pop Warner League back on the islands, that's the first year we started it. It was my 8th grade. I don't know what year was that, but it was my 8th grade. You know, I first joined the Pop Warner League. I was not this tall. I was the smallest dude. You know, kind of chunky use. They were really back, you know. But yeah, man, that's when I first fell in love with the sport, man. And it kind of like football. I don't know, football kind of changed, you know, the environment, the culture, and I felt like that's something I want to be around, like the guys I want to surround myself with, and just being great and just being better, man. That's how I feel like what comes with football is that's when I fell in love with the game, you know. So yeah, overall, man, that's it.
So Frank, you went to Tafuna High School in Pago, you know, Pago with my brother Destiny. Destiny was there a little before you, but y'all was teammates at some point over there. So how was your 4 years experience there at Tafuna, bro? And I read that you never lost a game in high school. Is that correct?
Yeah, bro. Never lost a game my JV year and my varsity year. I never lost a game. You know, he did the same thing, but he lost a championship game his senior year. But yeah, man, it was crazy, man. There was no losses coming out in high school, man.
And you know what's funny, bro? we had the opposite high school career. My team, all we did was lose. Goddamn, Frank. Shit, man. I should have went to 505 or to Puna High, man. But
you would have loved it, Oos.
I could imagine, bro, because like, man, because I remember Destiny, just to piggyback on Destiny a little bit, man. Destiny was actually getting recruited to be a tight end.
Yeah.
I think like a little bit, you know. So I know that when we got Destiny, it was a steal, and for sure when we got you, it was a steal. So that's super dope. So after your 4 years there, bro, you finished with the All Territory team. You was on the All Territory team. You was the Special Team Player of the Year for that conference. Which schools were your top 3 choices coming out of Tafuna High? Or was
man,
it
one school, I didn't know where it was, but it was Marshall University.
Okay, Marshall. You know Randy Moss went there, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They sent me the whole, you know, the mail with like, you're the next piece, like stuff like that. And they had Randy Moss on it, but that was one school I was like, yeah, I ain't going there because I don't know nobody there.
Yeah.
But it was either between Oregon and Washington State. And Oregon and Washington State. I felt like Oregon was known already. You know, they known for what they do, the uniform, all that. They already out there. So Washington State at the time was still trying to come up, you know. So we had all the boys there, you know, UNKP. And hey, that year, that Sun Bowl year, I feel like when y'all left, y'all set the tone. Yeah. And we just went up from there.
We'll get into that Sun Bowl year. For sure. So man. So you come to Wazoo, bro, and you're a true freshman on campus, you know what I'm saying? You from American Samoa, bro. Like you said, very family-oriented culture, very, very roots. You got your roots, you know, strong roots, strong background, you know what I'm saying? And then you come to Pullman, Washington. How was that culture shock for you, bro?
Man, it was different at first. I ain't gonna lie. It was rough when I first got to the campus, and my parents, all my brothers, you know, they dropped me off to school and stuff. It was hard. Yeah. But I felt like when Coach Joe and, you know, all the other polys were there, I mean, I felt like I was at home, you know. Nice. We all did the same thing. We all, you know, everything we did was together. So, you know, it wasn't that hard for me trying to adjust. You know, the islands, because Pullman is a small town.
Yeah, it was.
It's just like the islands, you know, you can't go nowhere. Everybody pretty much know everybody. So it wasn't kind of hard for me. It was easy.
I definitely feel like the polys on our team, y'all brought in that kind of togetherness, I feel. Because when I first got there I got there a year before you. JUCO transfer, I got there before you. And it wasn't like, we were a team, but we weren't like always together, I felt, or like did things together. But I feel like when you started coming in, the Moses, the Logan Tagos, the Daniels, the Robert Barbers, you know what I'm saying? And y'all started to establish that in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. You'll hear you now.
Right, sorry, man. My goddamn mom just called me. God damn it.
Hey, shout out to you.
So y'all adopted that kind of family culture. You know what I'm saying? That family culture. I think that we all adopted that from y'all. You know what I'm saying? So freshman year, man, I literally remember you being like the best player on our special teams our freshman year from very one. Because if you think about it, bro, most freshmen that come to Wazoo, they redshirt. You was one of the rare true freshmen that actually played coming in as a freshman. So how was it playing that freshman year, you know, first year in the Pac-12? Like, how was that?
Man, it was nervous, but also like fun, bro. Like, I remember the first time Leach told me to come up to his office, man, and told me, hey, you about to burn your red shirt, and we were playing against Utah. Yep. And man, that first experience, man, running out kickoff, man, they was doubling me, but it was fun, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Overall, my experience, you know, first game in the Pac-12, it was fun, man. You know, and just playing out there with my boys. So yeah.
No, that's dope. Just had to send a text to my mom real quick. Don't call me. I just had to throw that out there. So that's super dope. So now we want to transition to your sophomore year. So this is the part of the interview I'm kind of gonna go from freshman, sophomore, junior to senior. You feel me? So sophomore year, we ended up going to that Sun Bowl you was talking about, winning that Sun Bowl and changing the program around. How was that year for you, though? You know, this is the first year now that you're starting to play some more linebacker. You're playing on
Yeah.
defense now. You actually set a career high in tackles in that Sun Bowl game. So, how was that year for you building your confidence going forward at Wazoo?
I mean, as every year goes by, like I feel like the game kind of slows down, you know. So my freshman year, everything was kind of fast. Sophomore, you know, kind of slowed down to Sun
Yep.
Bowl. You know, I kind of got my groove and felt comfortable with it, you know. So that Sun Bowl, man, really like took a next step for me coming in, having that mind, you know, right for the next season. So yeah.
Absolutely. So what stand out to you the most during that year? You know, we had some big wins that year, man. I want to
Yeah.
say that we beat we came back on Rutgers. You know what I'm
Rugged.
saying? That was a big win right there. We you know, I'm trying to think of all the wins we had that year. We almost beat Stanford. That still was a big game to me. We almost beat the number 5 team.
Yeah.
You know,
UCLA? You came back
UCLA,
on
we beat
UCLA?
UCLA. We
Yeah.
beat UCLA. We actually went on like I remember it was like 6 games we won straight, and it was just every weekend we were just partying. You know, so what stands out the most for you that year?
Man, just like everybody like being happy, man. Like that's all we talk about in the league now is man, win, man. No matter what the circumstance, you know, it's all about winning. And I feel like when we had that win on that little streak we had, man, everybody was in, you know, they brought their own swag, you know, they was having fun, man. And like that right there, bro, like that was lit, you know.
I'm
So,
already knowing it was lit, bro. So
yeah.
now time to transition to your junior year now. I want to talk about your junior year because this is the last year that you played full-time inside linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And what were kind of, you know, the difficulties you had during this year? Because you told me before even the interview, you said that, you know, that year was kind of a little difficult because, you know, rotating in and out of the lineup and just not, you know, really getting your feet cemented at that will linebacker position. So how was that year for you?
Man, it was a struggle in the beginning, you know, when Ultra kind of left, and then you know I just stepped up. You know, it was. I feel like we had the guys to put where they need to be at, but you know it was with the whole thing going on. So I just you know took whatever I needed to take. Coach Joe talked to me about it. I'm like, hey, I'm whatever they give me, I'm gonna play it. You know, so that year, my junior year, I played all will. You know, and I'm glad I did it because you know in the league they trying to let you know how many positions be you know versatile, you know all that. So I'm glad that junior year, bro. I played well. You know, got my foundation there, and when I transitioned over, man, it was fun.
And man, did you make a transition? Your ass, you know what I seen from that year and what I see for you now playing in the NFL is that your versatility that you spoke on. You know, most guys that play that DN outside backer pass rush position, they're not comfortable getting 5 yards back and playing linebacker. But you are comfortable doing that. You get what I'm saying? I get what I'm saying. So kind of, you know, I'll tip my hat off in a sense to Coach Wilson, you know, because I think that he's seen that, you know, okay, more than likely, yes, Frankie is going to end up playing that rush backer his senior year. But why not give him some of that experience playing, you know, 5 yards back, reading guards, you know, reading the RB pulls and things like that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's only benefiting you in the long run. So that next year, like speaking of that next year, bro, you put on for the OG backers, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was proud of you moving to that rush position, that buck position, and you know, because you know me, KP, you know, Travis Long before us, you know, some dogs that play that rush position. You know what I'm saying? There's some pure dogs that play that rush position. So you ended up balling out that last year. You had 48 tackles, 12 TFLs, 7 sacks, 2 picks, 3 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. Dude.
Hey man,
how was it going to your true position, that rush backer that last year?
Man, it was fun. You know, like I said, man, when you going to work and knowing that like these coaches are fighting for you and knowing that they gonna put you in a position where you making plays, that's where I was like, man, I'm all in for this. This is where I'm supposed to be at. And Coach Manny, man, shout out to Coach Manny, man.
Coach Manny.
He took me under, man. You know, brought me in the film room, showed me how this, you know, I'm gonna get better and just learning the game, sharing some knowledge, man. But that senior year, man, I always say, man, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. And that year, man, I went all in for it, bro. So when I seen like, my fruits laboring and all that, man, I just thank God because what you put in, man, like I said, you're gonna get out. So at the end of the day, man, that was like probably my favorite year and one of my best years too in Wazoo, man. My senior year.
And so I want to say that when you was a freshman, you played Buck a little bit, right? Or was you with Wilson from the jump?
My junior year, I was playing a little bit of Buck too, and then I was playing Will. It was no. You're right. It was my freshman year. It was my
freshman year. That's what I'm saying. So what's the difference between Coach Valero coaching style and then Coach?
Man, y'all know what Coach Valero on, bro. I just be following him, and he be getting on UNKP. I just follow y'all two, whatever y'all do, man. Y'all know what Coach Valero on. So out here.
Hey, honestly though, bro, I just wish you would have stayed at the Buck your whole 4 years there because because think about it. If you would have played your junior year, that whole junior year at Buck, you would have had so much more experience going into that senior year playing Buck, and you would have double digits would have been easy for you. It would have been easy because you would have been just experienced, bro. And also, I felt like you should have stayed because when me and KP were seniors, you was just a sophomore. So you know what I'm saying? So that would have been just an easy transition from you to just take over the mantle. But shout out Logan Tago, shout out Namdi, Dylan Hanser. They held it down for that year before you. So, bro, after being an all Pac-12 player your last year, because you was all Pac-12 that last year, balling out, you don't get a combine invite, right? And you go undrafted. Were you disappointed at all in that whole draft process?
I mean, a little. I was a little, a little bit upset about it, but hey, I knew something, God had something planned for me and something bigger, I'm glad I went through this process, man. Not getting drafted, man. As you know, bro, like on being undrafted, man, we don't get everything handed. You gotta go get it. Yeah. So that was my mindset, after the draft. But yeah, bro.
Man, and speaking of that, man, how was it? How was it because the pro day conditions in Pullman? I'm one that shout out to Coach Rolo finally putting regular turf in the bubble. Let me just say that right now. They finally got regular turf in the bubble. Yep. But like pro day comes, were you happy about your pro day performance at all, or how did you wish that it was better like conditions? How was your whole pro day experience?
Man, I thought my pro day, I felt good about it. The numbers and everything, felt good about it. I felt good coming into pro day. So at the end of the day, man, yeah, I had a pretty decent pro day. So.
That's good, man. And honestly, bro, that's all you can really ask for. I say the same thing. I feel like I had a decent pro day too, but the one thing I just didn't like is my 40 because, like, I just felt like, I was so used to practicing on turf, you know what I'm saying? And, like, when I got to that Astro turf.
Bro, we was all there.
Oh, man, I was slipping and sliding, dog, but it's all good, though. It's all good. So, bro, you go to the Jets, bro. You go to the Jets, and you come out hot. Let's be honest. In the preseason, you come out hot. You making tackles, you making plays. But it's one game in particular and one play in particular I want to talk about. It's your second preseason game versus the Washington Redskins. When you smacked Colt McCoy, you killed him. You smacked him. And I'm pretty sure the next day you had a nice little envelope from the NFL saying that they fined you $20K. First, you're an undrafted rookie. So you probably, if you did get a signing bonus, it probably wasn't as much as like somebody that was drafted. And how did you feel about how the hell they going to find you and you haven't even made the team yet? How did you feel about that whole thing,
bro? That's what I didn't know. Like when the next day when I found out that FedEx, everybody was like, "Hey, you better wait for that FedEx mail." I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "All right, you're gonna find out." But mind you, I had 2 fines that game. So I hit the quarterback. That was the first one. And the running back was on the sideline. He was like breaking, and I just came like across the field and smacked him. I went helmet to helmet with him.
Yeah.
And then they threw another flag. So I was in debt, bro, like 28. I'll say 28,000. 20 was for the quarterback, and then 8K was like for the sideline hit. You know, so after the game, man, that kind of messed my head up. I'm like, damn, man, I'm fighting for a job. Like, it don't, you know, if it's got to take the quarterback out or get 2 fines, man, I'm going to make this team. You know, so it was crazy. At the end of the day, I appealed for it. You know, shout out to my agent. And they didn't charge me anything. So,
hey, bro, I seen them hits that QB hit though, and I was like, that's Frankie. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get somebody that's gonna be playing so fast, so physical that it's gonna inspire a team, bro. Period. I think that you honestly probably made the team off of the. Mind you, had other big plays throughout the preseason, too, but in a sense, the coaches and the personnel probably was like, okay, this is the kind of guy we need flying down on kickoff. This is the kind of guy we need, you know, blocking on KOR, and this is the kind we need, guy we need playing on our defense. So, do you think that those hits kind of helped your cause in a sense because it showed your mentality?
I mean, it took us. I mean, I don't know. It maybe took another step. You know, coaches think like, oh yeah, we need this type of player. But already, like, you know, coaches already told me like, you know, you're gonna be good and all this. But you know how the league goes, man. Like, they be wishy-washy about it, and you know. So I was like, at the end of the day, like every rep I get, man, I'm gonna make it count. So
exactly, bro.
It was the 3rd game of the season too, so it was cool.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something, bro. I always knew that you were going to be an NFL talent just off the first time I met you because you have what I like to call, what I like to call passion for the game, bro. You really love football. Like, it's not like, I honestly feel that, well, now, you know, you're going to say I need to get paid to play because it's so physical. I'm saying, back when you was younger, you probably thought like, man, I'll play this for free. Like, this is what you literally love. You know what I'm saying? And I think that God kind of blessed players like you that really has that true kind of passion for the game. They blessed you. He blessed you because he knows that it's not for materialistic things. He knows that it's just something that you love to do. So kudos to you, bro, for real. So you've been one of the key players on special teams for the past 3 years for the New York Jets. I mean, you start all 4 phases of special teams. You get after it. You make tackles. You take on wedges. You take on double teams. You help returners get yards, the whole 9 yards. So what makes you personally so good at special teams? And what's the funnest part about playing special teams in the NFL?
And just being accountable to your teammates. You know, at the end of the day, that's another phase where you can change the game in. It starts with the special team and finish with the special team play. So I'm not the guy who's gonna go rah-rah and all this, you know, and trying to like make people like, hey, you know, he's a dog, but like just through my actions, just make sure they watch how I work. Come to practice every day. You know, just especially the young guys, because I was there in the shoe. I'm still young. It's going in my 3rd year, you know. And I knew what it felt like. And special teams, man, a lot of people don't know, like, special teams, where is that? You know? And if it wasn't for special teams, to be honest, like, I wouldn't even get any playing time on defense. And special teams, my 3 years, man, has been nothing but a blessing, man. And that got me an opportunity to step on the field and showcase what I, you know, play middle, linebacker, and outside rush. So special team is a big part of the game, man. And a lot of young athletes don't know that until they really, you know, they all gonna say, man, I'm not gonna play special teams. I'm only gonna play receiver. I'm only gonna play safety. And man, you know, we all need everybody on special teams. So yeah, man, it made my mark for sure.
Man, and you know, it's funny because I interviewed Herc not too long ago, and you know that Herc ain't played a lick of special teams.
Herc,
It still amazes me, but that speaks on the talent in the sense that Herc got, because honestly, bro, as an undrafted guy, if you're not playing special teams, you're usually not on the roster. So
Herc,
y'all totally like opposite. Like, you the special teams demon, you know, special teams, and then Herc is literally just a D lineman. That's just
yeah, Herc, bro. He a different dog, man. That shout out to my boy Herc, but yeah.
So we almost done with the interview, dying down a little bit, dying out. Last couple questions. So I know how dominant you are as a special teams player. But goddamn it, you ball out on defense too, bro. Let's not cap. You ball out on defense too. In your 3 seasons with the Jets, you have 70 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 7 sacks, and all kinds of big hits. So, which game stands out to you the most in your 3 years? And what sack? Who did you sack that stands out the most for you in the past 3 years?
Oh man, I'll say my best game will be the Tennessee Titans, my rookie year. Yeah, I said that's when like I got the respect on some of the OGs on the team. You know, I'll say that's my best game. But the one I said, I'll say the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers.
The GOAT.
Yeah, he like that, man. He's shifty, he's smart. He be calling out plays because I was spying him the whole game, even though he ain't scrambling. But that whole week going into that game, we did some games where I'll be calling it and calling the stunts and all this, but he was picking everything up. Wow. But him and the GOAT Tom Brady. So
okay.
Yeah, the Patriots.
Yeah, because I was saying you got Brady too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm surprised Aaron Rodgers was the best one. And like, so how different is it playing, defense in the league compared to playing defense in the in college? Mind you, the speed. I know that it's college speed and NFL speed, but minus the speed, what's the biggest difference you think? Oh. Everybody calling us during this interview, bro.
Anyways, hey, the difference is you said what's the difference between
so what's the difference between college defense and NFL defense minus the speed? Because obviously the NFL has pros and it's going to be faster, but like, is it the play calling difference? Is it easier? Like, what's the difference you feel?
I'll say the terminology or like the wording of calling the plays and your assignment of what you're doing. I feel like that's really like when you be studying your playbooks, that's the only thing that's for me myself is just the terminology of the words, but the game as for itself, like I said, man, it's played by grown people, but it's a little man's game at the end of the day. So I'll say just the terminology of the words, what your assignment, what you're doing, and the pace. Everybody know the pace of it. It's fast, So, yeah.
That's funny because I was talking to KJ last week, and he said exactly the same thing you just said, bro, that football is still a little kid's game. Like, even though it's grown men playing, it's still a little kid's game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been literally playing this game since the 8th grade, like you said, bro. Like, we was 13, 12 years old. So it's like, I think a lot of people lose track of that sometimes. Like, you get so caught up in the money. You get so caught up in the fame. You get so caught up in the endorsements and shit like that, where it's like, just have fun. Have fun.
Just have fun. That's it.
Have fun. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's it.
So some quick hitters. I got some quick hitters for you. The first one, how excited are you to play for Robert Saleh?
Man, I'm juiced, man. I'm ready. I know how he operates, what he brings to the table, and I already seen what he could do, man. So yeah, I can't wait. And with the whole new coaching staff, man, I can't wait to learn how they operate and the system they run through, and just make it a great year.
When they hired him, he was the first person I thought of. I was like, oh my God. If he just use you how I know that he can use you, bro, this is where you take that next leap as far as your professional career. I really believe that, bro, because that man, like my homie Chris Edwards, I interviewed him not too long ago too, and he played for the Niners, and he said that man is about his X's and his O's, and he know how to put players in position to make plays. And like you saying, you being so versatile, like you're the kind of guy, like, first down, you can put me in the box at 5 yards. Second down, you can put me down there at outside linebacker, rush the edge. Third down, you can put me back at 5 yards, and then you can have me be on the strong side B gap, and then I'm going all the way to the weak side B gap to blitz. You know what I'm saying? Like little shit like that. Or you need me to drop from DN, all right, I'm at DN, and then I'm dropping to the number one receiver, to the auto. You know,
auto, pounds, all that.
So, best O lineman you had to face so far in the league?
Oh,
Best O-line.
Left tackle from Green Bay, David Bakhtiari.
What makes him special, bro?
Man, that man, you can't move that man. I try bull rush, long arm, chop spin, dip rib, club, all that. This man will not move. The only reason why I got stacked with Aaron Rodgers, I bull rush him, but my boy, the 3 technique away from me, he kind of made him step up to me. So, so Bob, that's probably the best tackle I ever went against, David Bakhtiari.
That's so dope. Fastest 3 returners you had to play in the league so far. So the fastest 3 kick returner or punt returner you had to play so far.
Okay, Tyreek Hill. The dude from the Rams, he got dreads, number 43 or something.
He got heat.
He was moving. But hey, I don't know if y'all been seeing our kicker though. Our kicker be saving us.
Oh yeah, he be hitting it. He coming up.
Yeah, so I'll say that's 2, and then the dude from the Raiders, I think Ruggs or something.
Ruggs, he got some heat.
Yeah, he wasn't returning, but the whole week we scouted him. He probably was like the top,
Since you just mentioned Henry Ruggs, what you think I'm about to ask you since you just mentioned him?
Man, you already know. I already know.
So now, if you know that, you want to talk about, we're not even going to talk
I already know, yeah.
We're not going to bring it up there. We're not going to bring it up. All right. Who's your top three players you play with so far in the NFL? Somebody blowing you up.
Damn, bro. My bad, bro. Can you repeat that? It was my bad.
Top 3 players you have played with so far.
Top 3 players. Oh, man. That's on my team, or it could be
on your team. And this could be college or pro.
Man, I'll say Jamal Adams. I play with him.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog.
That man's a dog. Like, there's nothing. He a dog.
Yep.
Jamal Adams. I'll say Steve McClendon, D tackle, that just won the Super Bowl. Hey, shout out to my boy Steve. And then I'm just trying to think, man. My boy, the linebacker A.V. Williamson.
All right. Yeah, he just went to Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, boy went to Pittsburgh. That boy slept 0-7, woke up. He's 7-0. I said, oh man, must be right.
Hey, it's funny too. He be training out here in the facility we train at 4 Sports.
Well, yeah, I seen that. That 4 Sports, yeah.
All right. So, all-time starting Wazoo front 7 that you played with. So, in your 4 years, who you got? So, you got to have a buck that you can put yourself at buck, obviously. A D tackle, a nose, an end, Mike and a Will. And a Sam, too.
All right. You got to put me at rush. You got $40. I put D at nose D tackle.
Yeah.
I put Robert Barber there too, and then Herc on the other edge.
Yep.
Playing. Then linebackers, I'll say my dog Payne with Payne and I said Ocho. Ocho's doing his thing too. You know what I'm saying? Shalom at safety. Oh, yeah, only front 7. Nah, that's it.
But Shalom played a little nickel, didn't he? Play a little nickel too, Sam?
Yeah, he played a little bit of nickel.
Okay,
yeah.
This is the last question, bro. Best moment for you as a Coug. What was your favorite moment, best moment? Because you had a couple Boise State game. Man, that was a special game that you had right there. You went to 3 bowl games there. Just a whole bunch of special stuff you experienced as a Coug. So, what's your personal favorite moment as a Coug?
Man, I feel like everybody know it already. I'll say if you don't know, Stanford. My senior game. That was probably my first time. Well, my parents' first time ever watching me playing ball in a college, and it was my senior game. And it was my dad's first time. My mom used to travel like from the island to the mainland. But my dad never left the islands. And his first time there, it was like 30 seconds left. Stanford driving down, kicked the ball, ended the game, and that's probably like my greatest special moment at Wazoo, man.
Do you have it, folks? The Luvu interview, man. Hey, bro, just before you go, bro, like I said, man, I truly appreciate you coming on the show, bro. You always been somebody that was younger than me, but somebody that I always looked up to, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so honest, bro, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the most positive way. You still got somebody blowing your phone up. You better make sure you call them after this. It's all good. But like I said, bro, I appreciate you being on this. Damn, they blow your ass up.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man, having me, man.
You already know, bro.
Support you, brother, leisure time and all this, man. Appreciate you, man. When you had me, you and KP, man, took me under your wing, and with Coach Valera, man, it was a fun time, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was always a good time with y'all, man. But hey, man, God bless you and with everything you got going on, Os.
All right, man, bro. God bless you too. I'm gonna holler at you, bro. Appreciate you.
But
man, there you have it, folks. Episode 21. Hey, man, I appreciate that dog Luvu coming on for real, man. Frank the Tank, baby. Hey, man, that guy right there, genuine dude, great player, and just an overall good person, man. So I appreciate that. For easy podcast access and exclusive merch, go to theleisuretimepodcast.com. That's theleisuretimepodcast.com. Peace.